A priest friend of mine tells a story about how God is like a little boy presenting his mother with a fist full of dandelions. What does this mean? Go grab your coffee and sit down because we need to talk. Hey there. Welcome to the Catholic Homework Podcast, the place for moms striving to balance home, work, and holiness. This means honest conversation plus manageable, actionable tips for you busy working moms who are seeking to grow in grace within the limits of your busy day. I'm your friend and host, Verity Lucia. I'm a passionate Catholic, wife, and working mom of 4 kiddos, 2 of which I homeschool. As an author, I write supernatural Catholic fiction for teens. I'm also a speaker and architectural designer. So when it comes to balancing faith and family, you know I'm in the trenches. Holy trenches, that is. Because I firmly believe every moment is an opportunity for greatness in your work, personal, and faith life. It's so great to meet you. I can't wait to journey this wild walk together. Hi, I'm so glad you are here with me today because we need to talk. How are you? I don't know about you, but for me, the last 7 days have been a whirlwind. With All Hallows Eve, All Saints' Day, and All Souls' Day, my mind has been acutely aware of my mortality and the limits of the time we have on this precious planet. The Triduum had me praying for our beloved dead, the holy souls in purgatory, and my family with fervor. I know I mentioned in a previous podcast about how I have the constant sense that I'm running out of time. I have felt like that since I was a teen. I have an urgency to do what needs to be done before I breathe my last breath. This last week, that sense was amplified. To celebrate All Saints' Day, our local parish puts on a celebration. It's an opportunity for the families to get together and the kids to dress up as their favorite saints. This year, I had a little Saint Elizabeth of Hungary and, of course, a Saint Carlo Acutis. My almost 8-year-old was one of many polo-shirted little boys running around the church basement, and I could hardly tell them apart. These kinds of parties can be so fun, but also the extra responsibility of coming up with costumes and making a dish to pass can create some extra stress. Tensions can build to get out the door on time, and don't forget your crown. As my husband and I were there at the celebration, sitting at a table with another family, my little daughter hopped up onto my lap holding a cup of lemonade, and as she scooted onto my knees, she splashed some drink on the floor. My husband immediately bent to wipe it up, and I continued to chat with my friend next to me. A little while later, my husband must have noticed a scuff or juice or dirt or who knows what on my boot, and he wiped it off. My friend turned to me and said, "Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. Doesn't that just make you feel so good when your husband takes care of you like that?" My initial response was, "Not particularly. That's just his OCD kicking in." My friend went on to say how she just feels so loved when her husband does acts of kindness for her like that. It was like a light bulb went on in my head. What? That was an act of kindness, a show of love? Okay, you may think I'm heartless or blind to not have thought like this before. I don't know if you've read The 5 Love Languages by Gary Chapman. If you haven't, I'll give you a rundown. Gary Chapman is a Christian author and talk show host. He posits that there are 5 ways we give and receive love. 1, being words of affirmation. 2, quality time. 3, physical touch. 4, acts of service. And 5, receiving gifts. So my husband and I, years ago, did attend an evening seminar about this, and we found out that his primary love languages were acts of service and words of affirmation, which explains why he does what he does and I do what I do, but mine were quality time and physical touch. You would think that in a marriage, we would want these to be equal, but we're each individuals and designed in our own special way, So we need to meet each other where we are, I guess. So anyway, you're probably like, if you knew these things, why were you not aware of this? Well, sometimes I need a gentle reminder, okay? So it was like a big old fat light bulb moment in my brains when my friend made me aware that, oh my gosh, this was my husband showing up for me. Unfortunately, while I can recognize that in my own mind, now that she's opened my eyes to it, it still doesn't quite reach my heart like if we had some quality time together or if he hugged me. Because, quality time and physical touch are my feels. But what this was to me was a smell the dandelions moment. Maybe that sounds harsh for you, for me to call this moment a dandelion being a weed and all. But here's where I'm coming from. For the past couple of years, I've helped with a local confirmation retreat for teens in our area. The priest who leads it always tells this story. Now, this priest tells this story wonderfully, and I may butcher it, but I'm just going to do my best. Okay, so a young boy was out playing in the yard and gathered up some beautiful yellow flowers. He ran into the house to present them to his mother as a gift, an offering of his love. The mother, seeing that her son has picked dandelions, looks upon her son and has a choice. She can call these flowers weeds and reject the gift and the heart of the child. Or she can generously see the child's heart of love and receive the beauty that has been offered to her. God is the child. How do we receive the dandelions in our life? This moment with my husband cleaning up the floor and wiping off my shoe, this moment with my friend bringing awareness to the act, was a dandelion, and by the grace of God, I stopped to smell it. I had another much louder dandelion moment yesterday, Election Day. When I was driving home from the library with my two littles, we were cruising along a road beside a river, and I hit the brakes. Thank the Lord there was no one behind me because I stopped and stuck my phone out the window. I absolutely had to capture a stunning double rainbow in the evening sky. The sun set fire to the trees reflecting off the water, and all I could think was, glory be to God in the highest and peace to his people of goodwill. I just get the chills just thinking about it, like it was such a moment. I wanted a better look, so I pulled off the road near a boat landing, and the kids and I got out. I am not exaggerating when I say it was the most beautiful rainbow I have ever seen in my life. We went down to the water, and the double rainbow made a perfect circle around my children standing on the dock. The inner light of the rainbow in that circle glowed with this yellow ambiance. It's stunning. And if you can, go over to my Facebook or Instagram pages and take a look. This was a dandelion, a beautiful, loud dandelion from the Lord, reminding me that he held the day in his almighty hands. And boy, did we smell it. So, here's your homework this week. Notice the dandelions. Sometimes they are easy to spot, and other times not so much. This week, try your best to keep your eyes open to the blessings right in front of you. It just might change your perspective, change your attitude, and change your heart towards someone or something you may have been taking for granted. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this time together, please do like, comment, follow, or share with a fellow working mom who might just need a little homework in her life. It was great hanging with you today. See you soon.